Hi, here I am, Sherry from Paper Paint and Stitches again, and this is the second book I've made from a placemat. I found these at the thrift store, and I thought they were so pretty, and there were more, and I wish I had bought more, but these turned out great, so we'll make do with these. This one I turned the placemat with the flowered side out, and you can see it's got a little area here that's trimmed with the striped fabric. I used jumbo Rick Rack and that little vine ribbon up the side, and there's lace stitched to the spine of it, and then it's got some jumbo buttons for decoration and 3 ribbon ties to hold it together. It's got 3 signatures, and some of the little bead dangles we'll find as we go along, and we'll see what this one has in store. Okay, let's see. Now then, alright, there's a pocket on the inside on this one where the other one had the pocket to the outside, and this one is similar to that one in that it has something, pieces tucked in every available spot, hopefully, and lots of stitching and stamping and pretty papers. I think this one has more colored paper maybe in it, pages, than the other one has, but everyone's taste is different. You might like this one better or one that's more plain. So in this case we have 2 choices. So I'll just go through and show you some of these things quickly that I've put in. And that's a little pocket right there. This is an envelope, and it's got a little booklet stuck in here. Tucked in here. How about that? Tucked in here. Okay, there we go. And a little, I think that's, I don't know, that girl's posed for a picture, I guess. At first I thought she was a flower vendor, but I think she's just posed for a picture standing by a mailbox or old-timey mailbox or something. This flips up, flips up, and you could write on it in here, and it would be hidden if you wanted to keep that thought private. Then here, this little envelope is made of a book page and backed with some paper that you can write on. And I like to close my envelopes with these little Velcro dots so that you can open and close them without any trouble, but they will stay closed on their own. And then at the back is a little pocket with some things tucked inside that you can write on. There's some buttons tied on where the signatures are sewed in. I left the strings and I tied buttons onto those. This flips out. Some tablet paper like children write on in school. I don't know if they use that anymore or not, but I know I used a lot of it when I was a child. There's a little journaling card that I made. It has a fabric teacup and a little tea bag on there. This opens up, has some lines. You can write on lots of different surfaces of these things, and of course there's room for more things to be tucked in there too. I try not to fill the pockets up too much so that you have room to put your things in. And these girls are on bicycles. I thought that was neat. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's just cute. See if I can get it where you can see it. That's the front of some paper I sewed together, so you can write on that. Let's see, this one does not flip up, okay? There's a bead dangle right there. A little flower with a button. More things to write on. You can kind of see through that a little bit. I don't think it's going to pick up in the camera, but it's got tracing paper behind it, and it lets the light come through. There's another little envelope. And some of these are sewn shut or glued shut, but a lot of them are left open like this so you can write on them or stick something in there. You could put glue a picture in there if you wanted to and journal around on the edges of it to tell about it. It would be really neat. And a lot of this paper, it's just paper when you start out, but after you copy dye it, it makes a really neat sound. And that gives you just another pleasant thing in your journal, I think. There's a journaling card. Let's see, this is tied. It's a little pocket, and it's got a few pieces of paper in there that you can write on. And then it's just got this little muslin strip on it to hold it shut. And you could pull that out and write on it and stick it back in anywhere in here you want to, really. This is some wallpaper. It's the kind that you can paint it what color you want to, but it's textured. You can feel it, the design on it. It's really neat. And then this flips out. It's got some lines. It says, "On my heart." You could write down something you've been thinking about or praying about. Then here's some more journaling cards. And I've tried to make sure that you can either write on all the surfaces or that you would have room to, like you could put a picture on this side if you wanted to. I'm not sure that just anything would write on this, like a ballpoint pen might not, but a Sharpie would. So it just depends on what you're writing with, and you determine what you want to use these pieces for. So there's lots of different things you can use them for. And here's a tuck spot with some cards in it, and there's the center of another signature with more buttons. And here's a soldier kissing his girl goodbye through the train window. Clear pocket with some things tucked in. This is a booklet. It has several pages in it, and a lot of times I leave these loose, but I decided to glue this one in because it just fit right there in that stitching from the opposite side of the page. And then here's a index card with paper sewn to the back. You can write on that. And here's a guest check with. This reminds me of how how a lot of people in my family look in our old family pictures, and I really love that. I didn't look quite like that, but sort of like that when I was a kid in my family pictures. And this little girl's hugging this big old dog. Just sitting down. It's as tall as she is. Here's another one of these booklets. And I may have said the wrong name in the last video. I'm going to have to look and see again because there's two sweet ladies that I watch make things like this. One's name is Wendy and one's name is Gail. And it may have been Gail that made these little booklets. I'm going to have to look and see because I don't want to say the wrong name. But both of them make beautiful, beautiful things. This is another little booklet. This one has several booklets in it. And this is from a crocheted shawl, Afghan, whatever you want to call it, that a friend gave me. And it had some rips and torn places in it. So we decided that I would use it for things in my books, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. And in case you can't tell, that's a couple kissing behind a big old umbrella. Lots of little note pieces, and yeah, that one does, it opens up too. And there's a book page from Great Expectations. There's another bead dangle. Oops. There you go. And okay, this slips on. You can write on there, on 2 places on that, and slip it back in anywhere you want to go. I love how this lined paper, it's just from plain little inexpensive writing tablets like at the dollar store or somewhere, and when you coffee dye it, the lines bleed and you still can see them, but it makes a completely different look from what you started with. It's really pretty. And this envelope closes with this little film strip tab. This is not real film strip. It's something I bought at the craft store, but it kind of feels like the real thing. It's real neat. And then you can write on there anywhere that you want to and close it back up. And here's another junk mail envelope. It's got a tag in there. You could put a picture in there in a way that it would show through if you wanted to, and you could use this as a bookmark somewhere else. Or you can leave them together and write on them and tuck more things inside. There's some more buttons sewn on the strings where the signature was sewn in. Here's another one of these pockets and another little booklet. Okay, here's that little paper flip out. There's some lace sewn on a piece of paper across there. There's a little flower. I can't remember what kind of little. It's one of those little tools you get that you can make flowers with from the craft store. I don't remember what the thing is called. It has a name, of course, and of course right now I can't remember it. And then here's some more paper and a bead dangle. I've gotten a little bit out of frame. Sorry about that. Here we go. And some more crunchy paper and a journal card with a rose stamp on it. And a few more pieces of paper. This ended up being like a double pocket, but this one is shallow because it's just the width of the lace. I thought that turned out cute. And this little girl, you could tuck something in behind her if you wanted to. And then here's the last page, and this is just a little journaling piece. And a few more pieces tucked in here. This is a piece of fabric I stamped the bird on and sewed it on there. And left them in this back pocket for you. And that's the end of this journal. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I really had a good time making these journals. And, oh, I hear a little neighbor boy knocking on the door, so I'm going to have to go. Thank you for stopping by, and have a blessed day. Bye.